As I walked into the gas station, I had noticed 4 men, 4 very large men. And they were being very loud and obnoxious by the gas pumps. They must have been pretty drunk too, because they were being so rowdy, and 2 of them seemed to be stumbling around their truck. Now, this wasn't an abnormal sight, as my town's full of rednecks who drink way too much. Anyway, I went into the gas station, and I went over to the liquor section, and I had grabbed my choice of beverage. As I was grabbing my drink, the men had come in to pay for their gas, or whatever they were buying. The cashier was a young, attractive girl. She must have also been new because I frequented that gas station a lot, and I had never seen her there before. As the men were paying for their things, they had started to say very sexual things to the girl. I could tell it was making her uncomfortable. I won't repeat them as they're just really not worth saying. But they began asking her what time she got off and which car was hers. I could see that she was starting to shake and she could barely get the change out of the register. I really felt terrible for her, and I then shouted, "Hey, just pay for your things and leave." Now, my mouth had acted before my brain could process that these men had not only outnumbered me, but they were almost twice my size. I'm a male, and I'm about 6 feet tall and decently built, but if these men decided not to play nice with me, I stood no chance at all. After I blurted out for them to leave, they all turned and looked at me. It was then that I realized the situation that I had just put myself in, and my heart dropped into my stomach. By the pure grace of God, they simply shot a pissed-off glance at me, nodded, and then left. I then approached the counter, asking the young girl if she was okay. She was still shaking, but she said yes. I asked her if she wanted me to call the police for her, but she said no, and that her manager was in the back. I just said okay, and I paid for my things. I looked out the window, and luckily the big rusty truck the men came from was now gone. I did a quick jog to my car, making sure they weren't parked around the corner of the building, and they weren't. I was able to make it home to enjoy some drunken video games with my friends. So fellas, if you are ever in the position to stop sexual harassment, do it. Just make sure you aren't possibly going to get your ass kicked in the process. I'm a 29-year-old female, but at the time of this incident, I was 19. It's not the scariest story in the world, but it definitely terrified me. Me and my now ex-husband were driving home from a friend's place, and we needed to stop for gas since we were running on E. The only problem is that since it was really late, around 2 a.m., there weren't too many gas stations open. We had to stop at one of the more run-down stores that was in a bad area. As soon as we pulled up to the pump, I noticed a sketchy-looking guy pacing in front of the store, talking on his cell phone.